Welcome to Open Relationship Podcast, where we have an open and honest conversation about everything from A to Z as it pertains to the LGBTQ plus community and beyond. Hi, openers. I'm Rodney.
I'm Devin.
Tay.
I'm Solomon.
I just had to do it because I did it for you. He don't like the name. Well, Devin.
Oh, the openers.
How was openers?
He's not the only one that doesn't like.
Yeah, was somebody comments? I think her name was Portia. Portia, thank you for being an opener.
I like that for Portia.
Devin, how was your week, dog, baby?
I had a good week so far. You guys know I'm just coming back from Maryland. It's been super busy since I got back. So I came back Monday, had to do a bunch of stuff Tuesday, and then some stuff today, get ready for the show. So I was really excited. I had an awesome time home. It was a little emotional, of course, but I had an amazing time. Got to see all of my family, a lot of my friends. Got to see that everybody's doing well. I did not do that. I didn't do any of that. I was wholesome while I was home. No, I didn't link up any. I was wholesome. He
lied. Did someone link up?
I didn't do anything. But yeah, that was it. So it always though brings me joy to like go home. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited to come back to what like is home to me now. So like even though like that's familiar, but like this is home. So like I'm glad to be in my bed. I was looking forward to come, of course, and do the show with you guys. Cut up a little bit and hopefully we help somebody in the process. So yeah, I can't complain at all.
He got the appointment already set. Tay, how's your week going?
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm ready for the week to be over so I can get to the weekend. Heading home this weekend back to Louisiana, to finish up, some things back there, and then back home. Then my mom will officially be here for good, so I'm excited about that. I'm really happy to hear y'all. I didn't think I would be, but I actually am. Like
to happen to what?
To have my mom them here.
Really?
And my brother. I
was just getting ready to ask you how's that going without,
We actually all get along very well. Like very well. We haven't had any issues or anything like.
Your brother's been outside?
Not really. Like they're really big homebodies. So like they will literally just sit in the house like and be on YouTube like all day long. Like not at working. They actually just started their jobs the other day. They work at Nitro Zone. So not at working and stuff. So maybe it'll get them to meet some people and kind of like get out. Because right now they haven't went like anywhere. They don't even care to go nowhere.
Yeah, I mean they're still really young too. So
and they're new.
Yeah,
that's Atlanta. So
I understand.
I'll show them around.
Anyway, Solomon, how was your week?
My week has been good. It actually started off with the weekend. I got to see my dad and my uncle, and they looked good. It was good to see both of them together. My uncle is older than my dad, and so my dad was super excited to have his big brother in town.
It's on two of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is. And they have a really good relationship. It's kind of like the relationship that I wish I had with my brother. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. But
why y'all not personal?
We're cordial.
Oh.
Easily because?
It's because of a lot of things.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. But, that's life. We don't always get along with our siblings.
Well, child, I get it.
How was your week?
Well, I have a guest staying with me.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, the guy would show you on it. No, but it's my cousin.
Okay, I thought you meant I was gonna say.
No, but see, it's still a guest. It's still a guest.
Okay.
But no, like that's my big cousin, and I love her. But you know what I said.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, so is she gonna be here for like a while?
Yeah, she just moved. She's moving here.
Oh, okay. So this is like
she just trying to, So if y'all know anybody's hiring,
right? So she's
hiring out there in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me know.
It's so ironic. We had just talked about this like a week ago.
Did we just talk about this?
That's probably why.
And the guy said, "Who is it?" No, but like, look, guy, put it on you.
Yeah.
But I had an interview today with a great company. I'm so excited.
That's good.
Yes, and they increased the salary, so that's always a plus. But like I said, I'm not leaving for the salary. I don't care about that. How's your system? Because in the day,
so we both said we don't care about the salary. However, that's not most important.
Yeah, it's not. Before the salary was like, bitch, you could have paid me $5. Oh, I'm sold. But now it's like, good, but is your system outdated?
Right. Exactly.
Do I have to do 18,000 things to do one thing?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So that's where we at right now. So
Yes.
I got a jobs channel
Okay.
with them. So we gonna see how they do.
Okay, that's exciting. Congratulations in advance. We'll be praying for you.
Pray, child, because that job.
We got
Okay,
you.
Devin.
God's going to do it. So moving on to our next segment of the show, this is where we highlight someone that we want to highlight, or a group or a place of business, and then we also name a sponsorship. So today we really thought it was important in honor of Pride Month just to send a huge shout out to everyone that has come out to be openly a part of the community. And while we were coming up with how we wanted to shout out or who we wanted to shout out, we also realized that we want to shout out those that haven't come out. The reason that we chose specifically those that have come out to be a part of the community is because it takes a lot of courage to do that. And there's a lot of people just not out here living their authentic selves. So for you to take such a bold step and do something that's major, that's life-changing, we definitely commend you for that. And then those that have not come out yet, those that are still working on it for whatever reason. I wasn't going to say the word. Those that are still working on that for whatever reason, we commend you as well, just because that's tough within itself, and not being able to have the freedom of being yourself is tough as well. So we want to just highlight both groups. What do you guys?
I'm highlighting one.
Well, I'm highlighting both.
Well, actually, I did the highlighting because it's my segment, but you guys are more than welcome to follow up with the
When we go into a business deal, when we do get that deal, I'll tell you, Devin gonna sell us well.
So you said just one half. Why one half?
It depends what the other half is doing. Now, if you married, messing with men, then no, I don't celebrate.
Okay,
you.
I agree.
That's why I'm not doing that. But now, if you just hiding and you single doing, well, that's all fine. But as long as you're not married, to the married people, I'm not with them.
Right. Okay. Like a DL situation and married. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I agree with you. We finally agree on something. Okay.
High five. Girl, your hands a little dirty.
And you said you support or you agree with both, shouting out both groups.
And the married men that's married.
Well, let him.
I didn't say that. However, I am choosing to highlight those who haven't come out because, for the most part, for most people, they're still trying to survive. And I don't know what conditions are keeping them in the closet. So some people are faced with death threats. Some people are faced with homelessness. And whatever you need to do to survive until you get to a point where you're comfortable to come out, I support you.
They're going to think I'm the bitch of the show. And I'm okay.
They already think you're the bitch of the show.
So who are you celebrate both on one side?
I agree with Solomon. I'm gonna leave it at that.
He's so political. Okay.
All right. So my segment, Pillow Talk with Tay. I gave you guys some homework. You guys do it.
Yeah, I did. I heard that Beyonce.
All right. So we're gonna start with Dre. What did y'all think?
I feel like Drake is. I think they're trying to change music now.
Okay, that's what
and
I was
that's
getting
what
at.
I'm really getting like, because that is not the Drake I'm used to.
Right.
All this house stuff is a little overbearing. I feel like I was in mix.
Okay, yes.
But
no shade to mix.
If that's how the music is going, I won't be a part.
Right.
I will stick to my 90s.
That's fair.
I do love my 90s. What about you, Solomon?
So for Drake, the album, I'm not a huge fan.
Okay.
I'm also not a huge Drake fan.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
But I did like the house music. So
Okay.
if you took out the lyrics,
Uh-huh.
I was good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't expect that from you. Okay.
So you being mixed.
I've been to Menge.
When you say be in mix, what does that mean? Like,
you know,
I mean, I go every once in a while. I don't think I'd be in there though.
mix is okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it, but I get what you're saying with the music. I'm not
there
against
yet.
mix though.
You know,
So if I called like, hey, I just want to go have 2 drinks, let's go to mix, you would be like, no.
Bulldogs over mix.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, for sure,
wow.
because the music.
Because you don't even like Bulldogs.
Exactly.
Music wise, I would say.
Okay, what about you?
As far as Drake's album, though, I don't really like it for him.
Okay.
But just because I like his other style better. Like, I can relate to it a little better. I just like it better. But I'm not against this one. I'm not going to say I don't like it. And times are changing. So I feel like if he's already done several projects with one type of music, then why not go ahead and see what else he can tap into? So, yeah, I won't be, bumping it. But
Okay.
I want to see the hood niggas bumping to house music.
So I'm glad you said that because he actually made a statement saying that this album was not for the niggas who go in the club asking where the hoes at.
Oh,
You for gay people?
He actually made that statement. So
I don't think he was saying that necessarily.
I don't think he was saying it, but what I'm saying is that
Do you see how excited he got?
Okay, drink for pride.
I do agree where I feel like they are trying to change the way that music is. Because, I mean, you got to think about a lot of rap music and stuff is violent. Most of it is violent.
You get tired of hearing that, though. No shade. Like, it was one boy. I don't even know these damn things. Some of them NBAs and all this stuff.
Young boy NBA.
They talk about some of the crazy. And I said, people really be dancing to this.
I think it'd be more the beat versus the
Like,
lyrics.
beat that ass, bitch, kill you, shoot your house, fuck your mama. I be like, God. I said, are you, who hurt you? They be upset.
And they're trying to say, like, or start this thing where rappers can't be charged with any lyrics from their song.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Cause
I
if you boldly kill somebody and you talk about I buried your ass backyard, I'ma check your backyard.
Yeah.
And a lot of these
You
lyrics,
told on yourself.
Yeah, I feel like don't sing about, if you do it, don't sing about, like.
but a lot of these lyrics influence like a lot of like I'm gonna say younger adults now.
Right, on like how to go out. And,
Yeah, like
Right.
Yeah.
And they died so young.
Yeah,
That's true.
listening to these songs and thinking that that's okay, and then most of the time a lot of these rappers that rap about stuff haven't even experienced the things they rapped about.
Right. That's another.
Rick Ross.
I wasn't calling names out, but okay.
Rick Ross 100.
So I mean that's how I felt about it. Now, what did catch me off guard was Beyonce's song. That kind of threw me off because I'm used to Beyonce being the
Ooh, let's
R&B
do this.
girl.
1 to 10.
Beyonce? 10.
1 to 10.
10.
A 4.
I'll
1 to
give it
10.
like a 6. I'm not a
Okay, what
Beehive.
didn't you like about it?
I mean, for me, it's just, I mean, and I could be wrong, but it's like, for me, it just wasn't Beyonce. Beyonce's
Same
been
thing
gone
for
for a
Drake.
minute, like 6 years. Like, she hasn't put out an album in 6 years.
Right.
And you come back with that as your first single, I just wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for
I was disappointed.
So I'm actually it's in line with Beyonce. I mean, she has the house and then she had the bounce beat on top of it.
Yeah.
And so that's on point for Beyonce. However, I'm a big fan of music that has a message.
Okay.
And so the entire song was about, what is it? You're not gonna kill my soul. You're not
You
gonna kill my
won't break my
vibe.
soul.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna break my
like,
soul.
mhm.
And she's talking about quitting your job and finding your
Yes.
peace and all that other shit. I'm here for
Child,
it.
Beyonce gonna have to put a lot of people employed. They gonna say, well, Beyonce said I can quit, bitch. And then Rick gonna say it's due.
Look, I am a big believer and a big supporter of people who go out and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so while, it's easy for, some folks to, or maybe most folks to, talk week to week about how they don't like their job and how they don't do this, but then, taking the courage, just like you're doing, taking the courage to step up and step out. Mm-hmm. And I think that takes a lot.
I will say this. I quit my job and I got a check for $70,000. Okay, I was like, bitch, fuck y'all. Had a little money in savings. I'm like, life about to be grand.
Right, exactly.
Then pandemic happened. So I would say this. I'm not against anyone quitting their job, but it's okay. And this is for me. I had to tell myself this too. It's okay to work and pursue your dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
You can make money doing both. If you can make $40,000 on the side doing your job, you can make 60, 50 doing your 9 to 5. Do both.
Right. I agree.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's
I
nothing
agree.
wrong with it.
And I'm glad you said that because that goes into the next topic I wanted to talk about. There's been a lot of talk on the news and everything about us having another pandemic, arising. How do y'all feel about that?
It's scary. But I do believe COVID is back. When I went to hospital, it was no room beds in there, and this is in Atlanta, Georgia. It was people all out in the wait in the what you call that stuff, halls, and they all had COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
We shut down this time. I pray we do it right.
Okay.
Shut down for a month. No going outside. No nothing unless you seriously have to. And let's get rid of this because I'm ready to be outside now.
Yeah.
Right.
We all are.
What you think, Tyler?
So when we talk about like a rebirth of a pandemic, the pandemic has to cease first in order to have a rebirth. And we have been in the middle of this pandemic for, 4 years now?
No, two.
About
2020. Going on 3.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll count 2019.
It started like towards the end of 19.
Yeah. And it started really hitting the U.S. in 2020. But, these waves are happening because, again, we're not handling the pandemic appropriately.
Right.
And so, this is where we are. We're going to continue to have waves until we see significant decrease in numbers.
Yeah, I would agree, definitely. Like, I don't think it was ever over, but so many of us, myself included, so many of us started handling things like it's over. Like, okay, just because I'm vaccinated, I'm least likely to wear my mask. I'm still washing my hands all the time, but, just because there's not 50,000 people daily in Atlanta going to the hospital, then I'm not, like, making sure that I open every door.
It's not reported.
And that's not reported that I don't know of. So, that I know of. So I just started like being a little bit more relaxed. So think about, I'm only one person out of the whole population. So I think we all just kind of got a little careless because it just seemed different. So I'm just prayerful, like honestly, like God just cover us, cover my family, and just like I think mental health really got worse for people during that time. So I don't want people just sitting around again thinking about all their problems and like now they can't work and like it was just a lot and I don't want anybody going through that.
Give me $5,000 a month, I'm okay with it.
And see that I'm glad you said that.
Shut that bitch down.
I feel like with this, if this do happen, I do feel like it's gonna be a lot harder because the government is not going to be as easily helpful as they were.
Why they not? They giving fucking Ukraine $1.2 billion.
But think about how many people, like, how many scams and how many people.
I don't give a damn about the scam. Like, again, we giving the country $1.2 billion. Deal with these. It's always going to be some scammers. I got a story about a scam real quick. I want to share this. I'm glad you said it because I'm going to bring this up. So I used to
training because I'm trying to learn.
I ain't keep that over the feds. But no, so I used to hang around this guy, right? And we was cool. And we were cool like friends, like nothing's. Yeah,
that's a good question though.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Devin, I'm so sick of you.
But if I was fucking, I ain't scared to say we'll fuck. But it was really a friend. So this guy come over from New York, came down from New York. I hate I say New York. Came down from New York. And was dressed in all these labels, and I'm like, I said, so what do you do? Because he just was this, so flashy. Like I got a Louis Vuitton, but I'm like, hey, look at my Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that deep.
Right.
So then I said, so what did you do? He said, I'm a scammer. And I was like, well, damn. I said, so how do you scam? I'm very inquisitive. He was like, I work in the hospital, and so people pay their bills. I take their credit card payment information and buy stuff with it. And this is how he just said, I don't feel bad because they can always report it for fraud and get their money back. I said, you are too honest, and I'm not leaving my shit around you.
Exactly. But
he was not, when I tell you, he was like, I'm a scammer and I'm proud of it.
But I feel like there's a lot, most of the scammers are proud. The ones that I met, they're proud of it. Like there's no shame in it.
And he was like, I don't feel bad because it be old people too. He was like, they get their money back. So why do I care?
Well, at least they get their money back though.
You gotta watch. I gotta watch this girl over here. You gotta watch this girl. But I just never seen somebody so open and honest. I appreciated it, But I was like, okay.
At least that was a heads up for you.
Time
so
for
you
me
know
to
how
go
to handle that friendship or relationship. Yeah.
But no, watch your. He said they like how you like your phone when you reader. Watch how when you there, 'cause people pick that up too and get your money.
And the gas station.
It's a whole scamming
I
network.
don't
They
do the
telling
reading thing.
he talking about everything. It's a whole scamming network out there. All the scammers know each other.
So they have like scam conventions.
Yeah, I guess they do. Like he was saying, whatever you don't ever do paperless thing like is it payless things? Unless
Like
you know,
the tap to touch?
yeah,
Tap to pay?
let you know what your surroundings watch. He said
Right,
people
right.
like this reel up on you,
Right.
and they do like this with their phone. They scan your information.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you put me on game.
It's crazy that devices like that even exist, because when would you need a scan to get somebody's card information unless it was?
Well, they do that at
for
restaurants.
They can make fake credit cards with
Like the
your
little
stuff.
thing under the restaurant, like they'll take the card, they have put the thing inside the under the thing, and they scan the card, collects everything.
I've never seen that.
Yep.
That is crazy.
It's scam essential. I got a whole scam conviction. I'll make sure to tell them to invite you.
No, thank you. I don't want to be inducted. Yeah,
I cannot.
Not into the scammer society.
But how do you feel about the pandemic?
I'm a little nervous. I am. I mean, I think I'm nervous because I'm one, like, I know I have health issues and stuff. So it's like, you know, for me, it's just like, I'm really going to have to isolate myself. Like, if that, you know, if that does happen, because I don't want to get sick. And I feel like I did get sick during COVID, and I was in the hospital, like,
Oh, dang.
yes, and like I was extreme, like they didn't think I was even gonna make it. I had got so sick, and like
Jesus be a fan.
man, when I tell you, I
For real.
hell, like for a moment, I had gave up on myself. Like I it was bad. Like it was.
Could you breathe on your
bad.
own?
No, I was on the machine. Like it was
Oh, my
bad, like
goodness.
extremely bad, and I just, you know, I can't even tell y'all how or what happened, but like one day I was just in my room, and honestly, like I was over. I was like, you know what, Lord, just take me out. Like I don't want to go through this pain no more or anything like that. And it was like I kid you not, I tell the story all the time. Like it was just like a big gust of wind just came out of nowhere. Like, and honestly, I felt like that was my grandma. Like, cause my grandma had just recently passed or whatever. So that was another reason I was like,
came
no,
to
I can't.
visit you.
She came to visit me.
You
Yes.
said it wasn't your time.
Yes.
Exactly.
And honestly, after that, like, it just, like, my whole mood changed. My feelings about everything changed. You know, when the doctor came in, I was like, okay, doctor, what's going on? Like, how am I feeling? Am I making progress? Like, it's just like my whole demeanor just completely changed.
So since you had that, has your appreciation for life changed? Like, you know how people say, oh, I had a near-death experience, so now I, like, live life to the fullest, or now I pay my bills one time, or now I, like, what?
Pay your bills on.
I just,
What the heck? What the guy do is you being grateful?
exactly. People say all kinds of crazy
Gratefulness, Pay your bills.
Don't sing, child. Don't sing.
No, but to answer your question, I do appreciate life more, honestly, because not even with COVID.
Hold on. You might want to wait until she's finished.
You finish.
I just called. Goddamn, I can't
Well,
call.
but between the continuing of the kiki and then the cough, it was just like a snowball effect that we couldn't hear him. Well,
See, this is teacher Devin.
Girl, I graduated and I got my degree teach. But go ahead, baby.
I'm sorry. Sir.
Speak your testimony.
So you said you do have a different appreciation.
I
for
do
life.
have a different appreciation for life because I've had some really serious near-death experiences like throughout my life already, and to be here today and to be able to overcome all that, like, I mean, it's a blessing. Like, I don't know, like some of the stuff I'd be like, yeah, how the hell did I get through this? Like, like for real, like yes, definitely God, definitely God, because.
Power God, oh,
I don't know that song.
soon as I see Jesus, oh yes.
When I tell you, like, I definitely agree. Like, to be able to be a cancer survivor not once but twice, like, you don't hear too many people get to say that.
Yeah.
And you
know,
still here.
and I'm still here. Like, so I truly do appreciate life in a whole different way now, and I take advantage of it. And you know, that's why I try to live my life, you know, and be happy and try not
I'm
to stress so
laughing
much.
at you, but I still, because this bitch said, pay your bills.
Let me clarify for the slow girl.
Go ahead.
So the reason I said that is because a lot of times people will have a near-death experience and now all of a sudden, like, I'm gonna do everything different, even stuff that doesn't make sense. And it's like, why would you have to have a near-death experience to do that?
Right.
So that was my point, Rodney. Do y'all get it? Does that make any sense? Is there anyone in the room?
Do you pay your bills on time if you wasn't? Is that the first thing you have to do this?
I don't know if it's gonna be the first thing to do on the list, but I do try to pay my bills. But I do try to pay my bills on time. Okay, you know what? I'm done.
But guys, you here and when we go first time we really thing for it.
Yes, definitely.
You know, for real, How I Got Over is that's a good song. Listen to it, I promise you. How I got over.
All right, so we're gonna get over that as well.
Ooh,
and so,
sounds good to me.
And moving into today's Menage a Trois, we're gonna talk about sex in the digital city.
Digital.
Oh, that was cute. Like Sex in the City.
Thank you.
Oh, that was cute.
So today we're gonna talk about sex work and what it means to be a sex worker. So the basic definition of a sex worker is a person whose work involves sexual explicit behavior. But there are other organizations who's widening the term or the definition to adults who receive money or goods in exchange for consensual sexual services or erotic performances, either regularly or occasionally. And so, what are your thoughts on sex work?
So I like nasty shit. It is no secret. I go to Deviant, because I know bitch gonna try to read me. That's what I gotta say. I've been to Deviant. I've been to sex parties. I have done group sex, and I'm not ashamed of it, just like that scammer said, and I'm not ashamed of it. But what you're not gonna do is catch me opening my booty hole, showing my dick for $4.99. I don't give a damn if I suck dick in the back alley. Did you get it on camera? I just don't believe, like, and I'm just being for real. I think it's disgusting how we are promoting people to sell their body. So you telling me if you gonna go to a kindergarten class and tell a 5-year-old, be a sex and show that asshole at 18. Like, that's not, I don't ever want that to be a positive message. Like, I'm okay with you, but now they fucking in public. They fucking on the trails. They fucking on the stairwell. Like, people can see, like, you don't care about children?
Right.
Like, I just don't think that's appropriate. And I'm not ever going to say it's appropriate. And again, I go to Deviant. I've been to sex parties, and I'm here for the sex, but you didn't catch me on camera.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, what's disgusting? Being a sex worker?
It is. Glorifying it. I'll say this,
okay,
though.
Good. Okay,
Let me say this.
Glorifying it.
I'm not mad at the ones who show their face. Because that means, bitch, you're not ashamed. It's the ones who don't show your face. So now you know it's wrong. Because if you didn't feel like it was wrong, you'll be proud of what you do, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No. We are
they
not
don't want to be labeled. Because they're going to be like, oh, you're a hoe. So
no, but you want to show your hoe for $4.99.
But
be proud of if you gonna whatever you do. I don't care what it is. Like that, how that scammer was. He was proud to be a scammer. Be proud of why are you hiding your face? I don't get that.
Because what if I have kids and I need to feed my kids? So unfortunately,
so
I have to.
So it's shame around it.
No,
right?
because you said you don't want to glorify it. So if my kid sees me going to work every day, there's a good chance that they're going to get a career and know that you need to work every day. If they know that I'm busting it wide open for money, they're going to feel like, well, if I don't go get a job, I'll go bust it wide open. Why
that's
would you?
The message. I'm talking people trying to sell that message, like not that.
I agree. I'm just saying that's why
it's okay to do.
But there's also people who have dual lives. Like they have a professional life and then they have online life. Like and just like you said a little while ago, you can have your full-time job and then have your part-time job on the side, and while you're having that dual,
as long as you're showing your face.
But what if showing your face jeopardizes your full-time job?
Then you don't need to do it because I mean you're ashamed of it. Because
it's not.
If I wasn't ashamed of it, I would show my face and dare any bitch to question me.
But Solomon,
I'm just being honest.
But Solomon just said if it's a problem for your job, like you may lose your job if your face is shown doing the erotic thing. So in that case, it's not like I'm embarrassed, but I also love my job.
Let me
so
clarify
I don't
what I'm saying, because I want to say, I feel like the audience, I need to speak to the people over there. So the people over here, what I'm saying is, for the ones who be on Twitter talking about ain't nothing wrong with it, ain't nothing, I could this my body, my choice, blah blah blah. I'm talking dumb bitches.
Okay.
Dumb bitches right there.
Okay.
Not the bitch you talking about. Okay, it's just a little side hustle. I'm here for. It's the one talking about, oh, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Why you hiding your face?
Right. Okay.
So it is shameful, right? You is some shame around it because you're hiding and you in the dark. That's in the Bible. The little people hiding the shade. That's the ghetto. Don't go over there. Some of that told you that. Mufasa said that. Over there, it's a dark time shade. Don't go. Because you were ashamed of it, you will be okay with it. That's what I'm speaking to those people who preach it's okay for all that shit, but you got a mask on.
Right.
And I click you off on real fast on Twitter. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see your face.
What, Devin?
I would not do it personally. I know people that have. I have friends that have done it before. And I, to my knowledge, they didn't glorify it. To my knowledge, they were in situations where they did it because they had to. And again, I'm not judging for people that do it. This does remind me of P-Valley, though, for those that watch it. And on the last episode, Mercedes signed this contract with this like football NBA coach, whatever, and she's gonna get $10,000 every weekend just to stay. $10,000 every weekend and a condo to live in, just to have sex with him every weekend. So I'm not gonna lie, that did have me thinking, if it were an arrangement where all of those good things outweighed, then would I do it? It had me thinking. I wouldn't, but it did have me thinking. So I'm just wondering, like,
is your body worth $10,000 in a place to stay? That's all you worth?
$10,000 every week.
You're getting $10,000 every weekend. So if I'm already gonna be having sex, and again, that's just where my mind went. That's not saying what I would do, but this is a safe space in my truth, and it just took me there. Oh wait, $10,000 a weekend.
Wait, Tay, we haven't heard from you. How do you feel? I just thought about it. He's so quiet. People want to know.
I'll say this. I definitely don't judge anyone. I mean, I feel like OnlyFans gave people a way to, use what God gave them to make their money, pay their bills. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if busting it wide open is how you pay your bills, I can't judge you. Like, at least you're getting them paid. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, would I do it? No. But, I mean, it make you question, like, if you would send somebody, videos and nudes to you for free, why not charge them for it?
And again, you wouldn't do it, but it did have you thinking.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it does.
Right.
I wouldn't charge because I'm not going to do shit that my mama can find out. I'm not going to do something that my little nephew can find out. Like, I don't want my nephew growing up saying, well, Uncle Rodney did it, I can do it too. It's not a shame. I think people say it's a shame to work. It's not a shame to work. Don't feel shameful for working. Don't feel shameful for getting up at 9 o'clock want to go to work and get wherever job you pay. Because these bitches get nutted in every night by a different dude, sometimes 5 times, 6 times, 7 times a day, and they're not gonna tell me that's the life they want to live to make their living.
But also keep in mind that some people are doing that for free. So I am a big supporter of sex workers. I believe in the practice. I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna pay on OnlyFans when people are doing it for free on Twitter. So
that 2 minutes be enough.
Don't it? Especially when you find one of those good accounts. You could be scrolling for a good little minute. But anyway, so I've been to strip clubs and I've been to events. I've been to.
That was a good way to put it.
I've been to events.
Yeah, I like that.
I've been to events. And so, when we're talking about sex workers, that encompasses prostitutes, we'll say prostitutes, solicitors, strippers, online content creators, phone sex operators, erotic massages, which are actually becoming very popular nowadays. And then,
so what is that? A massage with a happy ending?
Yeah, basically.
I do. I used to do those. Sorry, I had to say I used to. No, I did used to give those.
You used to give them?
I used to give those. Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't want to cut you off before.
Hey, I mean,
okay, girl.
it used to help pay bills.
But it wasn't no camera.
No, God, not for free.
It wasn't no camera.
And it wasn't no camera.
So was this like a place, or you like did it at your house? Or?
No, I did it like at the time I was single, and I had my own, little profile and stuff, and like people used to pay me to go get them massages, and like most of them wanted like happy endings and stuff, and shit, they paid for it. I did it.
How much did you try to feel happy ending?
It just I guess it depends on what type of happy ending they wanted. You know?
What were the options?
Oh. You were having
What
Did
were
you
the
have-
I was not even saying no.
You had a package?
Right, that sounds like what were the options?
What were the options?
Don't cover your
Was
face
it
up.
head and finger or like what?
No. Let me clear that up. No. Most of the time, like for the gay guys and stuff, like they would want me to like jack them off afterwards or whatever. You know,
That's why I
so
thought
they
happy
come or
endings
whatever,
was.
Yeah. But I mean,
that
you can, happy endings could be a lot of different things.
Like what?
I mean, some people ask for things like they want to be ate out, they wanted to do, want to do different things. But however, I kept it at a strict. If it's gonna be a happy ending, then I would jerk you off until you come. But it ain't going no further than that. Like,
Okay. So you wouldn't eat them out either?
oh no.
Okay. It would just be like
Yeah, most
strictly-
time it would just be like, yeah.
Oh my
Because
God.
I mean,
Was it
once I
fun?
touch on them and stuff like that, they already aroused. So it's just
Right,
like they,
right.
they want to get it off. So,
Right. Was it fun? It was fun.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
see you saw here.
Did that
Right,
tongue
it's not
action?
like-
I was gonna say something.
I'm not
but
gonna say
I
it
was
was
gonna
fun. It had to depend on who it was with.
Okay, I'm sure.
You ever
Right.
had a fat nasty?
Oh
face?
God, yes, Lord. Child, let me tell y'all really quick.
Don't name
I had
names.
one old guy,
Describe.
and he was like, he must have been on DL and stuff or whatever. I could tell because like on his profile and stuff, he would hit me up like he had no pictures, nothing. Like, and I would ask him, he was like, oh no, I can't do that. So I went and gave him a massage one time. Child, I gave him a massage. It was already a hard time because I mean I had to dig like to get to his body, like because he was so huge. This man asked me for a happy ending, y'all. When he turned over, I couldn't even find it.
Oh my God! I was gonna ask, like, what did it look like?
Like I couldn't even find it.
Was it
Do you
bigger
know
than
how
the
long it
microphone?
took me to actually get him off? Like, oh my God, I
Was it
so
bigger
afraid.
than this microphone?
No,
Oh my
He
God!
couldn't find
I could
it.
not find it. And let me just say that I'm not no judgment. I have nothing against big people or anything like that.
Same.
But
It's not my preference,
you're right. There we
and
go.
I'm okay to say that.
And that's your truth. That's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's perfectly fine. But y'all, I'm
wait
telling
for the
y'all,
story.
I could not find it. And when I did find
Did
it,
it lift up the stomach?
a little bit, I had to like, and when I found
You
I had
probably had to
to,
open it.
I literally had to do this.
Oh my God! How much you charge her?
I think how much was it with the massage?
300?
It was an hour. It was an hour and 30 minutes, so it was $375.
You got your money.
Oh, yes, go
Okay,
ahead.
but I want to go back to this because you said most times. So when you say most times, that's not like all the time.
Yeah,
So
you did.
so on those times when you weren't just giving hand jobs, what were the other options?
Well, yeah.
Right. What could we get if we came to your business?
Again, let me say this. This is before I was happily engaged and in a relationship.
Everybody knows that.
Keep
Because-
You have been home, Candy.
Okay. Y'all know he watch every week, and I ain't got time.
You haven't already discussed this with him?
No, I actually don't think we talked about this. I mean, I did massage, but I don't think we went to like details, like how I used to get
Of
my
the
money and stuff.
packages, right?
Yes.
So you said hand jobs.
And then- I'm gonna say this. If it was one of them fine guys, big buzzers, so I might have,
Okay.
a little bit.
Do it one more time. What might you do? I hope they got that.
Tay, you on a motherfucking move, bitch. Tyson.
I mean, at the time,
I ain't look. But see, I ain't mad.
Yeah.
and I mean, again, I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, at the end of the day, like I was getting paid for it, and at the time, like, matter of fact, I want to say this was like right after the pandemic. So like, I hadn't started my new job and everything. So child, this was paying the bills. Like, this was getting
During
things
the
done.
pandemic.
I said towards the ending of the pandemic. But when it slowed down, because it ain't never really ended. But when it slowed
Don't
down.
think about it first. Just say it. Right.
That was just
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
okay.
Okay. But I guess.
Oh God.
Oh, you're so stupid. I guess for me, I don't want to feel like, well, I am throwing shame. I'm sorry.
You are.
For me, it's just like, I don't like how they look down on people who go to work. I'm talking to those people.
Okay.
It's not the whole
and a lot of them do.
sex market. So again, it's not everybody. It's the ones who talk down people for having an education. You're not gonna be mad because bitch, I'm smart and I got my master's and my doctors. Bitch, you suck a 599. We're not the same. So I'm just being for real. Okay. So like, don't feel bad because you don't downplay somebody because they choose to go to work and you choose what you do.
Right.
Period. They go entrepreneurs too. It irks my nerves when you are an entrepreneur. You talk about, well, people making 9 to 5, and bitch, and I'm proud of it. Yeah. And bitch, I got my degree on my wall. Where is yours?
Oh, they got a degree. It ain't the kind we got, but they got a degree.
Well, but still. And so even when we think about those sugar daddy, sugar baby relationships or sugar mama relationships, sugar baby relationships, that is still essentially sex work.
God, so I was a sex worker.
Oh, wow.
I only sent pictures and videos to this older guy, and he would send me money.
Well, that's not...
But that's still considered a sex worker. So I guess I'm glad I didn't be like, fuck sex workers.
So how much did you make?
It would depend. Like, a lot of times it would be like, okay, well, I need this. So, like, if I send you this, give me this. And it'd be like, okay, cool. So no matter if it was $200 or if it was like, oh, well, I don't. Again, this is in the past, but if I'm sending a picture to an old man, you could look like that, but I didn't. Today, if I met an old man leaving this place, and he's like, oh, send me a picture, or like if we, whatever, and he's like, oh, we could do a little whatever, okay, I'll send you a little picture every now and then.
The most I ever done, this guy I had pretty feet on Snapchat, and Snapchat get the girls, and he was like, I'll send you X, Y, and Z to put your feet in some egg yolk. So I said, I happily sent him my cash out. He sent it to me.
So you were a sex worker too?
No, I didn't do anything sexual. I put my feet in egg yolk.
That's erotic.
That's a fetish. Like,
that's a fetish. No, it's not. We're not the same, sweetie.
But we did the same thing. Okay.
Yes, but he sent me money, and I was like, I can see how this could be addictive. He said, send me another one, and I said, block.
And I'm like, Tim, you mean to tell me every time I ask you for something?
$250 for feet and
bitch, I said all I had to do was play an
exactly.
egg yolk. I gave him a good old video.
How many eggs was it?
It was 3, and I scrambled that shit. I scrambled that shit on up. He was like, oh, I come so bad. And I was like, did you?
See, exactly, it's erotic.
And I was like, but no more, sweetie. No more.
I feel like if it's that simple, like, you mean to tell me every time I ask you to do something, you're going to do it if I just send you, like, a random bullshit-ass picture? Okay.
But I could not, I've been approached in college by this guy. You know who he is.
Oh. What school did you go to say?
He wanted me to be his sugar baby.
Okay.
And for what he was making. And I declined. And he gave me a nice, I guess, offer for what I was in college for. He was like, I could put you in this apartment. And I was like, well, it's only $600 a month. Why do you need an apartment? Right. He was like, well, because when I want to come over, I want to ever see you and enjoy you.
You want to fuck.
And you basically.
Right.
And he was a fine-ass man.
Ooh.
Okay, he was daddy. And man, her daddy back then, that was a motherfucking daddy. And that nigga was fine. Make a long story short. I was... Okay, let me not say too much. I was in this program. I was a part of something.
Right.
And we worked out. And we took a shower. And the showers are open. There's no clothes. And I saw that body. And I was like, Lord, why do I have morals?
Oh, well, I'm proud of you for having morals. Because poor little wife.
Yeah.
And
wife. He did put lotion on my body. He was like, they put lotion on your back. And I melted. I said, God.
And you didn't let him just slide into
No, fuck no. I said, okay, thank you. And
did he pay for dinner?
we never did any of that because it never got that far. It got only that far.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for that.
Well, that's good. A lot of people like physically don't have the self-control.
Yeah, and I had to. And I was like, I said, I know if you trying to do this to me, I know you got the other niggas out here.
Oh, right,
And
right.
He was gonna do that, and he gonna give me a little hoopty little car to get me around it. I didn't have a car at the time, and
He was like a good package.
He was trying to do some things. Rodney was baby for this car wreck, and this body got.
That sounds.
I had that track body sitting up nice, but I I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But if he was probably single,
of course, yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said.
Oh, because of his age and stuff.
No, he was.
So if he was single, then why? I mean,
if he was, to me, I could never imagine this depending on someone.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's why I could have never. I mean, I could easily got to say, whatever. But for me, I'm just like, be on your call, your time. When I don't want to fuck with you, this your shit. You paying for it. Cause I know.
No, that's why I was asking. Would you like be interested in him to where if he wanted to come over whenever, you would be cool with it because
I was
you
still
like
looking
to.
at other niggas on campus.
Okay.
You were fine.
Yeah, that was my question.
But
Would
other
you be
niggas on
like
campus
give it all
too.
up for him?
Was he saying that it was going to be exclusive?
I don't know what it was. What my whole
But
thing
the wife was the issue.
I mean,
the wife was the issue, and
if
then if I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be jeopardized where the fuck I stay. Because if I say no, I don't need you being like, well, get the fuck out.
Right.
And what I'm going to do, this is shit.
Yeah, I agree.
And I might not want to fuck tonight.
Yeah.
I might want to fuck the other guy on the football team. Like,
Wait,
you go
closer to my age.
Did you say fuck the football team?
No, that's on the football.
Oh, that's on the football team.
I had about 4 or 5.
Oh God! Well, there's
Again, I
only
have
like
a
20
pass.
on the team.
I
Right?
think we all probably had a football player before.
Look,
Nah, 4 or 5.
I got a pass.
Oh, I thought you meant at a time. Like
No, but like,
Oh, okay.
I wasn't a hoe like that, but I
Okay.
would have did 2 at a time.
But if you were a host like that, no judgment.
I'm just saying, like, college was such a great. It was just a great time. Like, I think everybody should go to college. It's just a different. Like, you learn yourself so much more. You meet different people from different places.
You can be free spirited to do whatever you
Boys
want.
with the same interests. The college dorm living was so lovely. We had a whole game.
See, mine wasn't like that because I was like not gay. So
Oh, baby, I was.
mine was not
Gay.
like that. I wish.
As I was
wish.
falling on a dick.
I wish.
I had a good college.
wish.
I had a good time. I'm not gonna lie.
I had an amazing time too, but I wish that piece could have been.
Let me
a
tell you what
piece.
scared me though. I got a call from the clinic, the
And went to school,
clinic,
college.
and they said somebody had sex with person he had sex with called HIV.
Oh my God.
And when I tell y'all that was one of the most scariest calls, because I was living the life. I was a top, bottom. I was doing it all,
Giving it up,
giving
taking
it
it,
up,
all of
taking it.
Okay.
I was verse.
Don't play with him,
Don't
okay.
play with me. And the lady told me, she was like, "You look like a young man who knows better." And I was just, she was my black mama, like a black mama. And she was like, "Why?" She said, "Why?" She said, like, "I don't understand gay people because I'm from Mississippi." She said, "I don't understand why you give somebody so much power over your life to change your life for a 5-minute feeling." She said, "You don't probably know who the person is." And I said, "Ma'am, I don't."
Yeah, I mean, she
And
has
I
a
was
very
in the
valid
streets.
point, but if you're logically thinking at the time, like not
She'll
making
be saying,
excuses,
she'll be
but-
saying, it's okay to have sex. Well, give somebody so much power where they can change your trajectory,
Right.
and then we buy you a pair of boxes. That's what she said. This is going to buy you a pair of boxes, but he can change your whole
But
life.
she has a valid point.
And when I say she spoke to me,
So there is something about that is very judgy. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it because that's not everybody's story.
Thank
So
you, yeah.
if she actually sat down and did a whole interview with you and like how many sex partners and
Yes, she did.
Okay, so if that's the case, still fine, but still that's not everybody's story. And even if that is your story, that's not everybody's story.
but I mean, I appreciate it because for me, if I would have caught it, I really could, deep down inside, I could not blame nobody but myself because I was putting my health in people who didn't give a fuck about me. they just wanted a nut. And I did too. So I'm not ashamed of it.
Right.
But like when you break it down, like I'm giving somebody so much power over my life to where they can change my life and they don't give a fuck. Like they don't care. And you know, and I talked to God, and I do have a sex now, but I wasn't. But me being so free spirited, I stopped that.
Yeah.
But I could not tell who that boy was, and I was so embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
I was out there.
I wasn't out there in college, but
And still.
No, I'm not.
And well, still, and after working in infectious diseases and being an HIV counselor, there are ways in which you have that conversation with somebody, whether they are positive or negative. Especially if you're giving that information, especially if you're giving the person information that they are now positive. So there's a compassion piece in which you don't express sorrow; you give the information. And because one thing you don't want to do is throw someone into crisis. They're already in crisis once they get the information, but you don't want to make it worse.
Yeah.
I guess for me, and I guess I'm a different breed. I like straight people. I'm a straight shooter myself.
I get it.
So, like, I appreciate it because, like, she wasn't, I probably make it worse, she wasn't down talking me. She was basically saying, like, baby, these boys you fucking with, fine. But she said, if they can't even give you food when you're hungry, now this person changed your whole life. That's how.
yeah, I think the part that clarifies it a little better is because you had given her your backstory. So she kind of gave you advice specifically on the information, I guess, that you told her. But I don't agree with her saying like, oh, you don't look like that type or you seem smarter, because then it makes it seem like, well, again, to your point, like it doesn't mean that you were out here, you know, being a hoe and like fucking around and busting it open.
But I was.
I mean, you were for your case, but not everybody with HIV was in that position.
That's
so
true.
I don't want it to be like, okay, well, if you have it, you should have been smarter. Because then it's like,
or you look like a person who knows better.
That was, I'm like, as a health professional, that kind of like was weird that she would say that to you, but maybe y'all had that relationship. But I never saw her.
She said, "Don't let me see this officer again." I said, "You, ma'am, you would not."
So did you wrap it up after that, or you just didn't catch anything after that, or didn't have any scares?
I used condoms for a whole year and a half after that.
Okay.
I was like, you know, like, because it was.
It like scared the shit out of you.
It was a good time. And I was like, you know, we can have a good time, but baby, you can't wrap it up.
Right.
And I was like this too. I said, well, let's go get tested. Like, and we can get tested.
Right.
That was still done too because, again, you can go and fuck somebody else.
Right.
So I guess for me, even now when I get tested and I'm like, yeah, you know, I did have a couple slip-ups. And I just be real. I try to be logical. Like, did I put myself in situations where I could have avoided? Yeah. And I speak to ones who got raped and all that kind of stuff, or they partner cheated on them. Like, that's all. I'm talking about people who are living like me, who nobody's forcing you to do nothing, and you do stuff and you take a chance.
Yeah.
I'm talking to those people. Just clarify.
Okay.
Tay, did you want to chime in on this? Because we don't.
Derail.
Excuse me, I could just go to the letter.
All right, so this section of our podcast, we call this Left on Red. So for those of you that are just joining us, this is the segment where we read a letter that was sent in to us by one of our viewers. So this letter reads, I'm loving the podcast, fam. I am in a weird situation. I'm sleeping with my manager at the bank I work at. It wasn't supposed to happen because he is married. Well, one night, we both ended up staying late at the bank. We ended up at this bar in a hotel not too far from the bank. I feel like they keep saying the bank. We had a couple of drinks, and one thing led to another. Ever since then, he has been on my heels. He said he's even willing to leave his wife and kids. This is becoming too much. I don't know if I should leave my job or if I should complain to HR. What should I do?
Right, I know how you feel about married people. So good.
I'm going to go first on this one while you guys are still thinking and just say that I think that would be complete bullshit to go to HR, only because as an adult and as a professional, they don't encourage workplace relationships to any extent anyway. So the fact that you're going to do that, anything can happen. Like, y'all can fall in love, you can fall in love, that person can fall in love. They could be like, so like whipped, they want to like bash your wind. Like, anything can happen because you chose to do it. So the fact that apparently, I guess, whatever you got him hooked on you, that's not his fault.
Whatever you got.
I think whatever you got, I don't know, but I don't agree with going to HR because I feel like you put yourself in that situation, so get yourself out of it.
This is one of these letters that I don't like.
Why?
Because I don't hate, that's a bad word.
You strongly dislike.
I strongly dislike people who get in a situation, then you want to come back and cry for help. For one, it's not his wife's fault or his kid's fault that y'all had sex. One time, apparently, she did it one time and she won't leave alone.
Do we know this is a she?
That sounds like whatever you got, because I didn't know if it was like WAP or good ass or good dick. I didn't know.
So my only thing about where you're going is because we ended up at this bar in a hotel not too far from the bank. We had a couple of drinks, and one thing led to another. But at the very top, I am sleeping with, not I slept with.
So basically, they're having a whole thing going on, but it started that night.
This is the thing.
I guess she wants. I guess she wants to stop.
It's an affair, yeah.
But for me, it's bullshit on HR. Yeah. I agree with you on that because in the day, y'all were two consenting adults who had sex, and now if you get this man fired, you don't know how it's gonna affect his kids, how it's gonna affect his wife, and that's a heavy cross to bear that I would not want God wrath on me about. So I would say leave and find you another job, or have that nigga sign and get you a better position.
Right.
Be smart with your JJ or your bussy.
Now hold on.
Like,
hold on. So if they get a better position and they get better pay, would that make them a sex worker?
Ooh.
Whatever you gotta do to make your life happy.
That's a good question.
You do what you gotta do to make your life better. But going to HR is not the move. Be smart. If I'm having sex with my boss, and I know I got his balls in my hand, literally.
Exactly.
Bitch, I need a raise. Or, bitch, I always wanted this job.
And I'm not coming to work for the month of this. I'm not coming this day.
And I need you to make this work.
Right.
I might want to do auditing. So, get me in an auditor. And, no, I am doing auditing. Correction. I want to be an auditor. Make it happen.
Starting Monday.
I'll give you 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I don't have time. This is tricky. So personally,
How tricky?
Okay. So
Is
personally,
it personal?
No, it's not personal. But personally, my personal thoughts are, I'm aligned with you too, but I also understand power differentials in workplace relationships. And so if you have a boss who is in a position of power, who can whatever, then it's an inappropriate relationship. It does need to be reported to HR.
Oh my God.
No,
Solomon.
it does not need to be reported because
Why, Solomon?
you wanted to be sleeping with your boss. Y'all didn't slip up and like, oh, we were drunk after happy hour. We made a mistake. You're sleeping.
You corrected me. Thank you. You called it
with your manager.
I'm saying but this is where they are, and so this is why HR exists.
But
so
the
get
manager,
him fired, get you fired, and then
without jobs. Right.
We're already in the wrong. So
we could be in the wrong and still be getting paid.
Look.
Well, we know what you would do. I guess.
Say, what do you suggest to sister?
You would go to HR, right?
I would go to HR.
Okay.
Well, I've been in this situation before, so.
Did you go to HR?
Did you write the letter?
Did you give them a massage?
I did not write the letter, but I mean, my situation kind of worked for me. Like, I made it work for me. Like, I opened that door, so I made it work. Like,
right.
I reaped the benefits from it. Like,
you got higher pay.
Yes, God. Time off when I wanted it and everything.
But was it something you wanted?
No, but I felt like because I put myself in that position that I kind of just had to run with it. I had to work with it because
Why
he didn't want to stop.
Position?
Who says I didn't?
Oh.
But I had to make it work for me because I didn't want to leave my job. I didn't want it to become an issue and anything like that. And it didn't. I actually just ended up leaving and finding a better job. But I guess I would say the only difference in our situation is that my boss wasn't married. Okay. So, that definitely made a difference. But for this person, I would definitely say just, leave and find you another job, because going to HR, that's going to not only mess them up, but you too. Like, if you think that he's only going to lose his job, you're crazy. Like,
yeah, like, I'm not going to lose my job just because I don't want to be with you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see why we go to HR. I don't.
Yeah, that's pointless.
Well, it's already on the table. Should I find another job, or should I leave my job or complain to HR? And so the option is already on the table. He or she is probably already looking for something else.
Yeah, I agree. Just find another job.
Can you please write us again next week? Give us an update.
We need more details.
Right, I need to know.
Yeah,
where
we
this
definitely need more details.
Please write us again.
If you go to HR, I hope you get your ass whooped.
Wait,
I don't promote violence.
I don't either.
The show doesn't promote violence, but
cause that's just so effed up.
It is. It's bullshit to me. That like I'm not gonna say hate, but I strongly dislike a person that takes something to a level to do like a move to force a hand. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to HR, that's gonna force a hand versus you saying, listen, I'm going to get the police involved if you don't leave me alone. Well, so that way they're not going to be like, oh, get the police involved, because then that means like restraining order and ultimately HR. Like I'm hoping this person gave them options first, put it that way, before just going to HR, because why would you do that?
Make it work for you.
That's what I would do.
I ain't going to lie.
Make it work.
Screwing your boss, it's kind of like, it's like a high, it's like a
I would love
like,
to be,
if they were attractive.
Well, yeah, they're attractive.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that too, because then you have those bosses that be like, oh, if you don't do this, I'm going to fire you, or I'm going to go,
And I'm like, well, according to this text message, you can't.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
But please, again, seriously, though, I want you to write us again. Give us more information, even an update.
Yeah, how can the people send us letters?
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, obviously trust. Yeah, trust.
So you guys can send us letters by going to our Instagram, and you can send it via DM, Open Relationship Podcast. You can send it to us, not on YouTube, right? They can't send messages on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But you can send them to our email, openrelationshippodcast@gmail.com.
And we've been getting some in our DMs on
DMs have been
Instagram.
And to our individual Instagrams as well. So we're not those people to say like, oh, one page is a business page, everything else is personal. Even though we do have the official podcast Instagram, you can still send letters to our Instagrams. Just again, mine is Debonair Dev. Your Instagram handle.
Oh, Solomon E. Stretch.
Don't send me personally, so send it to Open Relationship Podcast.
There's always one bitch. Okay? Tay, are you privy to give out your Instagram tag handle, or are you gonna be
okay?
Not personal, like trying to slide. I'm saying personal, like
they already trying to slide. There. What do you mean?
Exactly. So okay. So you're not giving yours out, even though they're gonna be on the screen, like they've been for the past couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Well,
so it's on the screen. I didn't want to say that, but
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, watch the show.
Okay. It's on the screen.
But I'm going to direct you right. Well, this is a personal. This goes directly to Open Relationship. I'm going to add the page and everything. Click here.
Well, thank you all for coming and joining the four of us as we swallow hard topics and spit out difference of opinions.
All right, guys.
Good night, y'all. See you next week.
Bye, openers.
You said open.